All right, what's going on there, YouTube? So, I have a new feature I haven't used yet, and I decided to experiment with that, and that is the Go Live stream. So, I decided to do a playthrough live and see how it goes. So, that's what I'm going to do. Got a couple hours to burn out tonight before it's time to crash and start a new week. So, let's get started and let's get this thing underway. So the scenario I'm playing is the Capital Wasteland, and I have everything set up here. The um, survivor I decided to use is the Super Mutant, which is very cool because anytime he enters any areas with radiation or is exposed to radiation, he gains a one experience point for that, which is really cool. So I say we get this thing started and get it going. All right. So, welcome to the Capital Wasteland. The mountains around you shake suddenly, fire and rubble spewing violently into the sky. Eyes wide, you watch as a fleet of Veta birds scramble from their peaks to clear the violent blast. The straggler of the group begins to emit a trail of smoke as the rest disappear over the eastern horizon. They abruptly drops out of sight with a dull explosion that echoes up from the Capital Wasteland. So, let me see here. I can do option one, look for survivors, or two, find someone who knows what the hell just happened. Hmm. Well, considering there's a large explosion, um, and knowing how dangerous this land is, I think I'm going to take option two, which is find somebody who knows what the hell just happened. And I'm going to have to go to this destination, Megatron. So, Project Purity. So now at this point, I have just aligned myself with the Blue Shield faction. And put a shield here on Project Purity. And let me see. Stage 48 and 67. So now it's asking me to pull card 48 and 67. 48 and 67. Alright. So now it's the beginning of my first turn. I have these pulled and I have to travel to Megatron to find out what the heck has just happened here. And when we put the counters on the board, I forgot to do that for the factions. And of course, if you watched my video where I talked about the cards and everything, this game has quite a few cards and tokens, and kind of makes it a little hard to be able to sort and keep everything together. But there we are. Okay, so my first turn, I think what I'm going to do on my first turn is I'm going to explore, since I got to head this way anyways, I'm going to explore this area. I'm going to take my two movements and I'm going to head to Hoffman Farms, and there's a settlement there. I'll see what they have to offer, but first I got to move through this radiated area. I gain one experience for doing that. And I will end my second movement right there at Hoffman Farms. My turn is over, and now at this point, it's time to draw an agenda card. See what happens with the agenda card. Alright. Shuffle them up a little bit here. Randomness and pull it out. So freedom, for each space the star has advanced farther than the blue shield. At the start of your turn, you may reveal this card to declare your loyalty to the red star. Well, I have my loyalty to blue shield. So far they have not advanced. But has advanced. I do not see on the board is this little robot symbol right here telling me that those encounters would advance, but I don't see any. So at that point, that is over, and it goes into now my second turn. And if you remember, this right here is a settlement. It's a level 2 settlement. So let's see what's there. I'm going to draw a card. So 2 kids are playing a card game called Synth, Net Rumor. That's my favorite game, you tell them. I haven't played in years. One of the kids squints up at you and says, "Oh yeah? How about we play a game for caps?" Well, my starting caps are 3. So, let's see here. What should I do? Tell them you don't remember the rules and go shopping instead. Or accept the challenge. What to do? I think because I just started out and I don't have a whole lot of caps to really play with right now and I have no gear, I don't think I'm going to take this challenge. So I tell him I don't remember the rules and I go shopping instead. The kid sneers at you. Knew you'd be scared. Your cheeks burn as you walk away. But I get to do some shopping at the store, so that's a good thing. And at that point, I can see if there's anything I can afford from the store. Draw my 4 cards. So I have 2 companions that I can choose from. A stim pack in combat armor that's way out of what I can really afford right now. And of course, I don't have any of the attributes that I need for any of these companions either, so really there's nothing I can afford here. So that'll conclude my shopping, and that'll conclude my first option of my turn. And I think my second option is going to be I'm going to explore this tile right here, and then my turn will be over. And as I flip that over, boom, boom, boom. All right. And that will end my turn. And now let's draw an agenda card and see what comes out of that. Freedom. For each space the red star has advanced farther than the blue shield, at the start of your turn you may reveal this card to declare your loyalty. Well, I don't have any loyalties, and the monsters that do activate this turn will be this guy right here, which is a Raider Scum. He activates down into this area of the board, but I do not see any other symbols at this time. So now it'll go back to me in my turn. Now, some ruins. I can investigate those on my way to Megatron. So I'm going to make my 1 move action, and I'm going to go and investigate them ruins. As you pick through the ruins, you spot a figure on the ground. As you approach, you see that it is a dead man. He has no weapons or gear. What was he doing out here, you wonder? I think at this point I'm going to investigate the corpse. So on the corpse you find a filthy folded photograph of a man geared for war, standing next to a small boy and girl. You can make out bits of a note next to a drawing of a bird. I am going east to blank. My greatest regret is blank. Oh, and Margaret. Maybe Margaret is still alive. Let's see here. So now I gain from this 3 experience. 1, 2, 3. At that point, I gain some trash I found or treasure. And I get to add card number 5 and add that to my quest. So let me dig that up and add that to my ongoing quest. 3, 4, 5. Alright. So I'm going to put that with my quest cards here because this has been added in. And with this card goes back. And then of course that'll conclude my turn. And now it's time for an agenda card again. Okay. Security. For each space the blue shield has advanced farther than the red one. Blah 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 blah. As you can see, it just adds 1 extra point to tally up for my points. But let's take a look at what advances here. At this point, we have some encounters coming in on the board. We have this right here, and we also have this little robot icon, but I don't see any robots on the board at this time. So, we got a couple of enemies on the board, and I get a feeling pretty soon they're going to start advancing my way. Okay, my turn again. Off to Megatron. I think I'm going to take advantage of this, and I'm going to move through this radiated zone here, and my second movement to Megatron, and I gain 1 more experience from moving through the radiation. Yes, so I have moved through a total of 2 of the radiation, but I gain experience and not so much the bad results of the radiation, which is kind of cool. I like that. But then again, I'm a super mutant. Alright, so I have reached Megatron. Welcome to the Capital Wasteland. The mountains around you. Oh, we already read that. I'm going to put that towards the back. Okay, and the first one we're going to go to is 48. The Enclave was long believed to be dead and gone, so there are better birds soaring over you. The Capital Wasteland has met Megatron abuzz. You get a lead, but it's shaky. An intelligent super mutant appeared in the city around the same time. He spoke of a personal quest to ensure the safety and survival of all, then disappeared into the hills. So, since, let me see here. A super mutant? My first option, nope. Go help any Enclave survivors instead. Number 2, track down and assist the super mutant. Well, I can already tell, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go to the wreck. And that'll help advance my agenda and move it further up on the board. So, I get to place 1 more, at that point, token here at Project Purity, which is going to total me up to 2. Then at that point, I get to move my marker up 1. So, I'm ahead of the game. I'm in the lead so far with the markers. And now I get 3 XP. So 1, 2, boom, 3. I have just leveled at this point, and we'll deal with the leveling here in a second. And I need to pull card 49 and 112, and I also get a reward. I find some trash here. So, Guns and Bullets magazine. When you camp, if you do not have an A, you may discard this card to gain 2 XP. That's a very cool one. We're going to hold on to that. Alright, let's pull the cards up and get those going. And I'm going to need 49. $122, so I need to tap in my other set of cards over here. Alright. So I add this to my ongoing storyline here. And I'm going to head to the wreck. So this pointer right here is actually where the wreck is, and this is where the direction I am headed to. But before I get into that, it's time to level, and I have to get out all these little, supposedly all these little itty bitty icons or tokens and then pick them up, but I decide I'm just going to shake the bag, reach in, grab two, and see what I have. So I have an eye, don't have an eye yet, and I got a P. Alright, that definitely gives me some more abilities to pull on, and that is really cool for leveling purposes. So I made my turn, I came into town, and now at this point it is time for an agenda card. So add 1 point. So for each space, the shields has advanced farther than the star. To start your turn, okay. So I get a +1, so this is just another one if I was using the point system, which I'm not. I'm just using the counter here when I play solo in the first token to reach the bottom, whichever faction wins. So if I was using the point, the first one to 11 points to win, these would come in good for that, but I'm just using it for the creatures on the bottom to activate. And of course I don't see any little robot icons, but I do see this which looks like a demonic head type thing right here that does spawn into the game, and it is the glowing one. Ew. The glowing one doesn't look too friendly. Alright, my turn again. So I think I'm going to use one of my turns to explore. So I'm going to flip this over. And I think the other turn, I used one of my turns to explore. The other turn, I'm going to see what's in the settlement, see if there's anything in there of use for me. So I'm going to draw a settlement card and read from that, and then that'll end my turn right there. There's a small gathering around the various trades and mercenaries here. You shoulder your way through the other wastelanders to get a look at the goods. So go shopping as normal, try to steal an item from a display, or look for better deals than these. I think I'm just going to go shopping as normal, and let's see if I can get anything better within my price range with the 3 caps that I have, or possibly sell what I have to, at that point, get some more caps. So let's go into the store and see what they have. I'm going to draw 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then at that point, okay, I do have an eye, which means I could get a Protectron companion robot. I do not have the special ability for him, and I'm 1 shy from buying a Edictal. What to do? Well, I think at this point, I am going to trade this companion, and I'm going to put him in the discard pile and take the Protectron. I'll put that in my hand and put the rest of these in the discard pile, and that's the end of my turn. And now I'm going to draw another agenda card. One of a kind. If you have exactly 6 of all the abilities tokens, you get a +1. If you have all 7 tokens, I get 2. So I have nothing. But, of course, this guy advances and this guy advances now. So this guy, because this isn't discovered yet, he gets to move his one space here. But if he gets another turn next time, he'll be able to move all the way into this space. This guy, however, he gets to advance one space, and because this is not discovered, he moves up into here, closer to me, and that'll end that turn. And let me see. He is ranged, and technically he'd be within. No, I'm just outside. I'm in the next space over. So I am out of range of him from an attack. Alright, my turn. Okay, as you can see, this tile right here that's red indicates that it's extremely rough terrain. So it's going to cost me 2 movement points to move into that. So I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to pay the 2 to move in. And I'm going to use my second turn to move again. So I'm going to go 1, 2, end my turn there, and we'll pull another agenda card. And what activates this time? This time it is this enemy that activates on the board, and we have a super mutant overlord that comes into the game. Yep, it's getting interesting. Alright, I'm going to explore this tile right here and see at this point where the story's going to take me. So I'm going to use my 1 turn movement, move up into here, and then at that point, let's see where the story goes. So we're going to have to go to card 49. One more silver dollar, it says. The survivors explain that they are mostly scientists, critical to the Enclave's current mission: retake the wasteland for humanity. In order to continue their work, they need someone to make contact with the Enclave to request a medevac. Okay, so I have option 1. I can report their location to Enclave soldiers, or option 2, report the Enclave's emergence and this looming threat to the Brotherhood of Steel. I think I think I'll report their location to the Enclave soldiers. And now I am going to have to go to this location point, and I get to place another shield right here on the Project Purity. So boy, they're adding up. There's quite a few Enclave soldiers that, oops, I'm a defector, gone to the other side, that are piling up here on the Project Purity, and I advance one right there on the token. Now, if I have P or I, Project Purity or Space. Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to have to go to, and of course, I will get 3 XP for this. 1, 2, 3. And then I need card 51 and 94. Alright. I have to tap into the other deck for the other card. Alright. gotta start heading, tracking back down this way to get to this point. And I'm at vault number 84. That's quite interesting. Oh, I gotta stay on track. Stay on track. So my super mutant at this point, that will be his turn, and we will go into the agenda card. And what activates the robot? And this dude activates again. Now here's the horrible thing, because that activated, another one comes on the board in his place, and this guy's going to advance one more space closer. So chances are we're probably going to have a meeting here real soon. Alright, so I'm going to move him 1, 2. I am going to... What the heck, I might as well come down through this way. So I'm going to do my last action, and I'm going to explore this area. Ooh, the Robo Factory. And the cool thing is we got some ruins there. I like that. And let's take an agenda card and see what advances. Alright, so we got the bug things at this point. Now they advance. So I have one that comes on the board here. I got one that comes on the board here. And this one advances one space closer to me. So, my turn again. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to hit them ruins, but because I passed through that radiated area, I take another XP. And let's see what's in these ruins. There's movement inside the structure. You ready for a fight, but relax as a figure appears and hails you with a friendly wave. Work with her, option 1, to search for some loot. Well, that sounds like a pretty reasonable idea. She likely has the best loot. Kill her. I don't know if I want to kill her, or ask the stranger to join you. I think at this point, I'll just assist and see if we can find some loot and I can get some more caps here. So, I have to have a P or a C. I do have a P, and I have to have a 4 or better. Let's see what we get. Nothing. I fail. Found something, she yells. Walking over, you see the fool holding a glowing canister. You suffer 1 radiation point. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't take any experience from that. I just take some severe radiation poisoning. Well, you win some and you lose some. So, alright. Let's take another look at the agenda card. So the agenda card for each one has advanced rather than this. Okay, so they have not advanced. Of course, mine has. And this thing at this point activates. And it gets to move 1 space here. It is aggressive, but luckily it doesn't have a ranged weapon, so it doesn't attack. But the thing that stinks is another one comes into its spot, which is a Death Claw, to replace it. And now it's my turn again, and I think sooner or later I'm going to be involved in a battle, and I really don't have any special weapons or armor, so I don't know how well this is going to work out. Alright, go 1, 2. Fortunately, this thing isn't ranged, but unfortunately when I move in there, we're going to be battling. What the heck, might as well just get it over with. 1, 2. And I'm next to that sucker, so I'm going to use my last action to battle this thing. And it'll be the end of my turn. So I need 3 good hits to his head in order to kill the thing. Let's see how it works out. Well, I have 1, and that's all I get. Now, the thing that stinks is he's a level 3, I have 0 armor, so now he gets his turn. And he scores 2. I take 2 points of damage, which moves me down to 14. This might be a quick game here, so let me try again. And at this point, see if I can attack him one more time. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, got 1 hit, 2 hit. I have 2 hits, but I don't have any type of special weapon. And I forgot about that card. I could have deployed him. Oh, man. Alright, well, close, but no cigar. So at this point, he's going to retaliate. I take 2 more points of damage. Down 12. Alright. See how this works out. Ooh. No. His turn again. Oh, shoot. I only take 1 point that time. I can see I'm going to have to camp after this. Alright. Come on, come on, come on. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. His turn again. Oh, I take 4 points. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting weak here now. No. Well, 1 point. I'm getting close to my radiation point marker here. Once I do, at that point, I respawn. Come on. 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 Nope. And nope. And him. I take 3 more points. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. I can only take 1 more point of damage, and at that point, I respawn and I lose everything I got so far. No. Ooh, I scored 1 hit. Not enough to kill him, though. And he takes his turn now. And I take 1 more hit. Still hanging in there. I got 1 more chance. Two. Oh, that's so close. That is so close, but I don't have any weapon to re-roll on. Oh, man. Alright, time to face the music. And of course, my guy starts here at Crossroads, and I lose everything so far that I have gained. Cool thing is I start over at 16 hit points. But these go to the discard pile, and I lose all my money tokens as well. Alright, well, that didn't turn out too well. So, back on square one, and I was headed to here. So now I'm going to have to track back through these areas again, and hopefully I can hit some of these ruins, complete some of those to, at that point, make some loot. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the long way around, and I am actually going to kind of go through here and try to hit some ruins and see if I can find some loot. So the first thing I'm going to do is move my one space. My second turn, I'm going to explore, open this up, and I'm hoping this doesn't come back to bite me. And then at that point, oh, this guy right here, the guy that just killed me, he advances one space closer to me. Of course he does. And then he has a buddy respawn into that location as well. And we have another super mutant skirmisher. If an overlord wasn't bad enough, now we got a skirmisher. Alright, my turn again. And I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to go sifting through some ruins, and hopefully I find something of use. You encounter a rusted and damaged Mr. Handy Robot. Whoa, man, far out, it says. It seems to be wandering aimlessly. There aren't any people around. Do you, 1, leave the robot and loot the building? I'm thinking that's probably my best thing to do, or try to reprogram the robot. Well, at this point, I'm pretty hard up, so I'm just going to loot the building. I don't care what the robot's doing. So, that is a level 3 ruins, so I get that many times that plus 1 extra. So I get 4 sacks of loot here. Sweet, let's see what we get. Raider armor. Cool. It gives me, during a fight with an enemy that has blah blah blah, this is used. Hey, it's better than what I have. I get a combat knife. I get a companion. I got some junk that I can at that point sell to get some coins. So I think I'm going to equip my armor right now, which it gives me a +1 armor against all ranged enemies, so that works well. And I have 1, 2, 3 ranged enemies on the board right now. I have a combat knife. I think I might actually sell this because I don't have any agility ability to be able to unlock the special ability of this, and it doesn't really give me any extra during a fight. Each time you spend one of these dice results, suffer 1 damage. So with that, it automatically does 1 point of damage to an enemy, but I don't have that, so it's not going to help me. The other thing I did find is I have a companion, Wastelander, exhaust to exploit an adjacent tile. That will come in very handy. So I'm going to equip that to my VRAT, and then I think these 2 I'm going to put in my discard pile here to trade for later. And then at that point, that's going to be my turn. Draw another agenda card and see what advances. Okay, so all the little critters advance closer towards me. So this guy's going to advance 1 space towards me. This guy advances 1 space towards me. And this guy advances 1 space towards me. And I also have these guys right here. He's here, so counting 1 space, he gets to move there, and he's within 1 space of me, and he has a ranged attack, so at that point he'll be able to attack me. Luckily he's only a level 1, which is good. And this guy advances 1 space closer to me, and he has a buddy that spawns in to replace him. And the thing that stinks is where I am standing. there is a raider cycle that spawns in right in my area. He is aggressive and he's going to attack immediately. So I'm going to be under attack from two enemies. Talk about going from the frying pan into the fire. Alright. So he is aggressive. He's going to attack immediately. He's a level 2. Let's see what he does. 2 points of damage, and unfortunately this armor only protects me from ranged attacks, so that takes me down to a 14. And I am now gonna have to face the music because actually I think I'm gonna fend him off first, and I'll deal with him because he has not engaged yet. So let's deal with this one first. I'm going to retaliate my attack. Hopefully I can get 2 points and take him out and get some experience. Let's see how this works. Alright, well, I did 1 point of damage to him. Close but no cigar. So now at this point, he gets to take his turn again. And he does 1 point to me. So now at this point, I'm going to see if I can do another 2 points of damage to him. Yes, we got a total of 4. He is wiped out off the board. He goes to the bottom of the pile. And I get 1 loot from him, which I got some more junk to sell. And I get 2 experience for that. Right. 1, 2. Now, this guy gets his opportunity to attack me, and he's a level 1. So he is going to, at that point, shoot. But the nice thing is I have this armor I'm wearing that will block 1 point of damage. And he, gets 1 shot off for 1 point, but my armor blocks it, so there is nothing. I think at this point, I'm going to move him up closer, and I'm going to retaliate his attack. Or wait a minute, no, I can't move him, because it's the end of my turn. I got to do an agenda card. So let's do an agenda card, then I'll deal with that jerk. Alright. Now, the super mutants get to advance. It's their turn, and this one's going to advance 1 space closer to me. This one's going to advance 1 space closer, and another one's going to, at that point, spawn in to replace that one, and it's a super mutant brute. Oh, man. Well, I thought I was pretty bad super mutant, but looks like there's bigger, badder super mutants than me. Alright, that's been dealt with. It's my turn again. I am going to spend 2 movement points to move into this location, and my last action to attack him face to face. So I just need 1 point to wipe him out. And what do I have? Looky here. 1 point, that's all I need. And this Raider Scum, it's a good name for him. He is done. Well, fortunately he doesn't have anything on him because he's a scumbag, so the only thing I do get is 1 point of experience out of that. I get the level up here on my next encounter. Alright, so the agenda cards have all been used up. So at this point we reshuffle, and all of the shields on our counter advance 1. So this advances 1 here, and this advances 1 there. And now it's my turn again. And, it's looking like, Yeah, I think the road less traveled is going to be my best opportunity here at this point because um, it looks like I've made a lot of enemies over here. So um, I'm going to spend one turn and I'm going to explore. Which the nice thing is, now that that's explored, this token at that point is going to move down here. And there are some ruins. So I'm going to spend my next turn moving to this ruin site, and then at that point, that'll be my turn. Alright, so these awful things get to advance, and man, I hope I don't have to. I hope I get a better weapon before I face those things, because these things look just mean. They get to advance one space. This thing advances one space up here, and another one spawns in to replace that one, which is a Yao Gadi. It doesn't look like a very nice pet. Alright, now, let's see. My turn, I'm in these ruins, level 2 ruins. Let's see what I find. Okay, a valuable asset hangs from the ceiling of a large room. Debris and green light surround it. Huh. You're pretty sure this is some sort of trap. So, flip the top card of the store up, which I did, and there is a Ripper gun. Yeah, that would be nice to have. So I have 3 choices. You could get in and out quickly enough. You think I have to have an A and an L, which I don't have either one of my abilities, so that's out of the question. Send someone else in for it, a companion. I do have a companion. Or search a different room. No, I want that weapon. So, I'm going to send a companion in. Yep, definitely a trap. You step over the corpse of your ex-companion and pocket the bait. Discard 1 companion and gain the card. Cool. So, my companion goes to discard pile. This is resolved. But, as a result of it, I picked up the Ripper. So, if I have a strength or agility ability, if you roll, which will be anywhere in the arm region, boom, boom, result, you may spend 1 reroll to change a die to match that result. So it does double damage. Very cool. Yeah, we're going to equip that right away. That definitely at that point evens out the playing field a little bit. Although I could use some better armor, I'm not complaining. Alright. So that was the end of my turn. And let's see what advances. Ooh boy. So now, these guys, these mutants, all advance 1 space closer to me. And boy, are they ever getting closer. And of course, another one will spawn in to fill that space, which is a super mutant brute. So at this point, all the super mutants are out on the board. Alright, my turn. Well, now that I have the Ripper weapon, I say we try that out. So, I have this regulator down here. I'm going to move 1 space. I'm going to use my second action to attack him. So, if I roll in anywhere in the arm region, you may spend 1 reroll to change a die to match that result. That is awesome. Ooh, 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 ooh. So as you can see, I rolled a 2 in the arm region. Um, really, there's no reason for me to change the result, but because it's more than enough to kill him. But uh, what the heck? Let's re-roll this and see if I get another one. Oh, I do. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we have successfully just killed this regulator dead. I take his loot and I get some metal armor. So I don't have a C and I don't have A with my abilities, which would be my agility and or my charisma. Do not generate rerolls. Alright, so it offers me. The cool thing is, I'm going to equip this because it does offer me 1 armor bonus all the time, even without these abilities to generate rerolls. So that's a lot better than just having armor for a ranged attack. So it does offer me 1 armor bonus. And this guy gets to go to the graveyard. Now, let's see what monsters activate. Oh, yeah. The little robot thing. I don't think we have. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do now. So I have a robot that activates, and this is a Mr. Gutsy. He is on the board now. And all these insect critters get to advance 1 space closer to me. So this guy is going to be here. Boy, Megatron is being overrun right now. And this guy's going to advance 1. And unfortunately, in their spots, we have a red scorpion here. We have a bloatfly here. And we have another red scorpion here. Yikes. Alright, my turn again. And definitely stick on the road less traveled. Alright, so I'm going to move. Wait a minute, I had already moved to this spot. So I'm going to explore here. Open up, that's the super mutant camp. And then at that point, I'm going to use my 2 move actions. 1, 2, to go to these ruins here, and because I moved their radiated area, at that point I level up. Alright. Let's see what I get here. Get to pick 2. Alright, I have an A. Cool, so now I can use my armor to its full potential. And I have another A. That's really cool, so I got a double. I get to put this back. Now at that point, I get to go through these cards. And I can pick a special ability for agility. So let's get to the agilities and see. I have 1 there for agility. Another 1 for agility. Alright, so I can pick one of these 2 cards. Not bad. That is a very cool one to use. I think I'm going to take the sneak. So with the sneak, I can discard this card, and then at that point, until the end of my turn, enemies in my space do not prevent me from performing actions, and enemies that are aggressive that would normally attack me do not fight when I move into their spaces. I'm more or less sneak past them. So this is definitely, I think, going to come in handy with everything I got going on over here to be able to get to my quest point. So I'm definitely going to keep that and be using that. And that'll be the end of my turn. And oh, that's right, I already did the agility. I leveled. Now it's the beginning of my turn. Sorry. So now I get to go through the ruins and see what I can find in there and maybe find some more loot. Alright, you hear nothing but your own footsteps as you walk through the ruins. It's calm and quiet. So I could hack into an old register or search for useful equipment. I think I'm going to search for some useful equipment because I can definitely use some more weapons and or better armor. So I have to have a P for, or an L. I have the P and I have to have a 4 or better to succeed at this. So let's see what I get. 2, I failed. The computer emits a loud alarm. The sound attracts something outside the building. Guess you're not alone. You grab a cap lying under the register. Draw one cap and draw one of these little things, and I get to fight it that's in my location. And it is a feral ghoul. Ooh, I'm so lucky. I get one cap out of that and a feral ghoul. Oh, well, I guess it's, one cap's better than, I don't know, a sharp stick in the eye, right? And, of course, the feral ghoul is aggressive, so it gets to attack first, and it is a level 2, so it does 2 of these. And, nice thing is, with my armor, I only take 1 point. So now I'm going to use the Ripper. Alright. Come on. Let's rip this thing to shreds. Ooh, what do we have here? Well, I did not get the roll result of the arms. Oh no, wait a minute. I did. So, just for giggles, let's just re-roll this to see if I can do an overkill. No, and I don't, but it doesn't matter because this thing is dead. He is just out of the game. And unfortunately, he doesn't have any loot on him, but I do get to experience for that. So, that's pretty cool. So now, get to move that up. Alright. That was, I did the ruins, ended that battle. Now I get to do one more action before my turn's up, and I am going to move 1 space closer to my destination point. And because I moved into a radiated area, I get 1 more XP. Now, see what's heading my way. And of course, all of the mutants are heading my way. Bad thing is, this guy's going to make it here because this hasn't been explored. So he just comes right over here to say hello, and of course he is aggressive. This guy moves into this area and he is ranged, so he's going to be able to attack me. And this guy, same ordeal. I don't think this is going to end well. I'm going to move my guy over here because he's going to move across the space into my area as well. And this guy just moves down 1 space. Oh, alright. Well, let's let the punishment begin. These 2 guys are both aggressive, so they're both gonna get to go first. So what I'm going to do is resolve one of these. I'm going to resolve these first, and then we'll resolve this after these 2 are resolved, if I live that long. soul resolve him first. He's a 3rd level. He does 3 points, so I'm going to take 2, which takes me down to 10. Now this guy, he's in my square, and he's going to attack me as well. Oh my god. I take 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's my turn, and hopefully some stuff changes here. Alright, so my attack. One. Oh, yes. So I get to re-roll for this. So the good thing is, there's a possibility I may take this thing out. Yes. Alright. So that gave me the chance to re-roll that die. And I needed an S or an A. So I have done 2 re-rolled, and I can change a die to match the result that I want. Boom. See you later. So now I will gain 1 loot and 3 experience for that. 1, 2, 3. And I'll gain a loot. And yeah, I'll deal with that later. Alright. So now it's this butthead's turn again, and he gets 3 attacks on me. 4. Geez, I'm going to take 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Hopefully this works. Come on. Alright, what do I got? Ooh, yeah. Alright. So he's got 1 point there because I rolled this. I can change this to match what I want. And if it's bam, and I can re-roll that, change any die, I'll just giggles, boom, boom, boom. Regardless, I took him out. I like this Ripper. This Ripper is awesome. I get another loot. Ooh, I found myself a pipe rifle. And I gain 3 more experience. So 1, 2, 3. At that point I have leveled, so before I'm going to level real quick before I go any further. And might as well. So let's see what I get. Okay, I got a C, could use that, and I got an A. Alright, so that means I get to go through this and pick an agility, and I will be using that on the next turn more than likely. Alright, so he's within 1 range. He is going to fire at me, and he gets 3. Luckily he only gets 1 shot off, and my armor withstands 1, so I'm in good standing there. Now it is my turn, and I'm thinking I'm going to discard this, and I'm going to use Action Girl or Boy. This card performed 2 additional actions. So this is what I'm going to discard that, and at that point I'm going to get 3 actions. Actually 4. So I'm going to use 1 to move up here. The second one, I'm going to attack him and just take him out of the equation altogether. Alright, so I did hit the ability, which gives me, at that point, I can change that to whatever I want. So with that, I'm going to change it to, oh, come on now. It has to either be the head or the arms. So I'm going to change it. Actually, I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to re-roll. And boom, 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 boom. All right, he's done. He is absolutely done. I get one loot from him. And I get 3 more experience for that. So I go 1, 2, 3. Now I have 2 actions remaining, and I think at this point, I'm going to use 1 action. I think I'm going to head out of Dodge because I am severely hurt and I really need to camp. So I think I'm going to move over here into the radiated area. I'm going to gain 1 more experience in my last action. At that point, I'm going to camp. There's no enemies on my spot, and I can do that. And in doing so, in camping, I recover 3 hit points. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So this guy, actually all of these guys, and there's one that spawns in here, which is a Raider Scum. A Bounty Hunter spawns in here. And I think besides him on the board, yeah, that's it. He's going to advance 1 space towards me. And now it's the beginning of my turn again. And let me see. What do I want to do? Yeah, I should probably just deal with it now. Alright, so I'm going to use 1 action to move into his spot, and then at that point I'm going to attack this thing. I have to say, I do like this ripper. And he's a level 1, so this should, I'm hoping, be pretty quick. Well, I get to re-roll. I got that roll. And at that point, I get to re-roll one of these. But unfortunately, I do not score a hit. But now it's his turn. Oh, don't feel bad because he doesn't do anything either. So let's try again. Oh, wait a minute. He's got that right there. I tried to attack, I missed, and at this point, he's going to retreat 1 square. That's what they do. That's what the little arrow thing here means, is that they're cowardice. So he retreats and runs away. So that takes care of that, and now time for another agenda card. Alright, the robots. So this little robot advances 1 space closer towards me, which he's just going to go right there. And then another one will spawn in his spot, which is a sentry bot. Nice. Alright. Now it's my turn again. I'm thinking I'm going to try to get to my destination as quickly as I can to move the quest along. So 1 space, and then I'm going to explore this. I'm going to open this up, and that'll be my turn right there. And of course I have Vault 109 right there. I could go into Vault 109 if I wanted to, but now I moved into another radiated space, which means I get another XP. And it's the end of my turn, and at this point, let's see what advances. This guy Actually, all these guys advance one spot. One space, I mean. And he's just going to move up into there. My turn again, because I'm trying to avoid conflict because my HP is relatively low. And I really don't want to die at this point because I'm going to lose everything that I've so far acquired. So I think I'm going to spend one turn and move here. I do get one experience because it's radiated, and I'm going to explore this area. And then at that point, let's see how the creatures advance. Of course, the robot advances one. Of course, he's going to move into here, and he is ranged. Nice. And the sentry bot's going to advance one into here. Wow. Right in to the line of where I'm trying to go. And this guy advances one spot too. So now I got two enemies in my location I'm going to have to deal with. Alright. I have I got some previous issues that we have to sort out. Oh, I forgot to move these guys. These guys advance one spot as well. Forgot to do that. So they advanced one too. Okay. I'm gonna, at that point, attack him first. Let's see what we get here. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so I got this for 2. And if you roll that, you may spend 1. Roll to change the dynamic result. Alright, so I'm going to go after, I need a hit for this guy to take out his legs. Ugh. Nope. But this guy has a cowardice. I did miss. He's going to move 1 square away, 1 spot away, I should say, before I can even get a chance to resolve that. Now this guy, he's ranged and he's a level 2, so he's going to take a shot at me. And does 1, but I have my armor, so I take no damage for that. Alright, now it's the beginning of my turn, and I'm under fire here, so I think I'm just going to engage him and take that robot out, is what I'm going to do. Alright, what do I have here? What do I have here? I gotta take out an armed target, which I have that right there. I'm not even gonna bother re-rolling anything. I have it. That robot is done. No loot, but I do get 2 experience for that. So, cool thing is I get to level again. 2. Alright. Up. See what I have. So I already have a C and I already have a P. Alright, so I get to pick one of those cards from one of those abilities. From Charisma or Perception. Let's see what I know exactly what I'm going to take. I'm going to take the Night Person. And at that point, these go back here. So, beginning of my turn, what I'm going to do is discard this Night Person. Discard to place your figure in any space on the map. Then you may perform a fight quest or encounter action. Okay, so encounter will be these ruins. So I'm going to move him, boom, to there. I'm going to do those ruins, and then at that point I can continue on with the quest. And I'm sure I'm going to pay dearly for that with all the enemies on the board that are trying to kill me at this point. Alright, so let's see what the ruins hold. You approach a section of the structure that doesn't show much looter activity. You wonder why it's been avoided until you hear the scuttling. So I can 1. Rush in and kill the critters. 2. Send them after someone else, an adjacent survivor. Or 3. Grab something and run. What the heck? What do I got to lose? Alright, I'm going to rush in and kill the critters. So it says to draw one of these and fight it. And then at that point, that will be my reward. Okay. So I have a Stingwing, and it is a level 2 right there. And I'm going to attack this sucker, and hopefully I wipe it out pretty quick. Hey, that works. I hit. Actually, a total of 3 points, but I only needed 2. So I take that thing out. I gain 2 experience. 1, 2. Now at this point, I become idolized for being the hero. Yay. I went in and I was the exterminator, so now I'm idolized. Alright, so now I get to put that little token here to show that I'm idolized. I get the experience from that. I get some loot for that. Oh, cool. Full of caps, so I make some money. So it automatically goes in the discard. I get some caps. Boom. And now I get to add 04 to my quest. Deal with that. Hopefully I don't need that card anytime soon because I dropped that sucker and it flew way underneath the table. Alright. You hear nothing but your own footsteps as you walk through the ruins. It's calm and quiet. Forced, if you are idolized, which I am, jackpot. This place is filled with stuff. Maybe good deeds really do come true. So I get as many loots times the level, which is the 4th level ruins, plus 1. Alright, so I get 5 cards of loot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I get the same amount of caps to go with that. Sweet, so there's 6 caps, 9 caps, and then at this point, some junk I can sell to make some more loot. And then of course I get 5 more caps on top of that. Hey. So yeah, we're rolling in the dough now. Alright. So 15 caps of loot. I'm just gonna go into blue caps because they're worth 5 apiece. Alright. So now I can return this to the deck now that that's done. And I'm going to see if I can find that card real quick. I got a feeling it's probably going to come up later on. And then I'm going to be sitting here wondering. Actually, I should say cards. There's more than one that flew out of there. Okay. Now we're back on track. 71 and 72. Alright. Let's get to 71, 72. Huh. Right, so that is done. This is finished. hopefully I can hit a store and make some cash. Actually, yeah, make some cash and buy some better armor and equipment. Okay, so now I had spent the one to move him over there. I did the ruins. Now at that point, the agenda card. Oh, this isn't going to be good. And the robots and these things get to advance. Oh, and of course they're both aggressive. So this is going to move into my location, and this moves into my spot. He moves up one spot, but luckily I'm way out of range of him, so I don't have to worry about that. But unfortunately, another one does spawn their spot, and another one of these things spawns, which is another Deathclaw. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to deal with is the Yao Gai, and he's a level 2, he's aggressive. Alright, so let's see what he does. He does 1 point, my armor resists, I'm good. I'm going to retaliate, and I need, sweet, I got 2, this thing's done. This thing is right out of the game, and I get 2 experience for that. 1, 2. Now I have this thing to deal with. It is aggressive as well, and it's a level 3, which is going to be a little bit more harder to deal with here. Ooh, yuck. So that's a total of 4 points of damage. Minus 1, I take 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Hopefully I can kill this thing pretty quick. Alright. 1. No, it has to be in the arm, so there's 2. And the cool thing is, because of this weapon, I get to re-roll. Yes! I did it. I did it. Wipe this thing right out, and I get another loot, and I get more experience. So, 1, 2, 3, I have leveled, and I get some more loot. That's pretty cool, but I'll just probably wind up selling that. Alright, and of course I leveled again. So let's see what we got here. Got an S, got a P. Alright. So at that point, I can search through the deck and take one of these cards that I want in either strength or perception. Let me see. That's pretty cool. I'm going to take the armor, because that's going to get me some free equipment if I need it. And then I'm going to dump these back in here. And now continue on with the quest. Alright, so we are at Project Purity. 1 more silver dollar. And, alright, so at Project Purity, getting 3 of that, and I stage 51, 52. So now I'm going to go to card 51. The Brotherhood of Steel is working on a secret weapon to take the Enclave. Meanwhile, the Enclave continues to build up its forces at what used to be the Jefferson Memorial. So I can, 1, pay off some local criminals to sabotage the Brotherhood's project, or 2, the Brotherhood is recovering equipment from an old rowboat junkyard. Bring them some supplies. I think I'm going to pay off some local criminals to sabotage the Brotherhood's project. So I have to go to the tower, which is here, and I'm going to have to spend, well, I got to have P or C. 5 or more, and then I'm going to have to spend 4 caps. So that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be rough, but that's what I'm going to do. All right. Now, and that'll advance me one more on here as well. So that's going to be, I did that, we advanced that. That was my first turn. Continue on with the quest. My second turn is going to be moving towards the tower. So I'm going to move to this space. It's radiated, and I gain 1 more experience. Alright, time for an agenda card. And of course, the little critters all start advancing towards me, and I don't have any critter tokens, which is a good thing, but they all move 1 space in my direction. Alright, my turn again. So when I move here, I'm going to be within range of him. So I think because this is a difficult terrain, what I'm going to do is spend 2 of my movement points and just move directly in here, and then my last action to attack him and to take him out. I might as well just deal with it now, then deal with it later. Alright. So, I got 1, which enables me to re-roll. And let's see, hopefully I get what I'm looking for. 2, close but no cigar. Now it's this thing's turn. It does 2 points, but my armor soaks up 1, so I take 1 point of damage. Uh-oh. 1 more point and I'm going to lose everything. Alright. That's 2. I get to re-roll. Come on. Oh. Nope. It gets to attack again. It does 2 points. So now at that point, I move back here to the beginning, and everything that I had worked so hard to accumulate to this point is now at that point gone. And I think it's getting late into the evening. It's going to conclude this, and hopefully this little playthrough you guys can actually see how the game works, and it's a really cool game. I would like to keep going on, but unfortunately I got to get up early in the morning and get my week started. So this is Artichoke Dip signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. You got to be able to see how this game system actually works, how cool of a game system it actually is. I really enjoy it. It's kind of disappointing that this is the second time that I've lost everything that I've worked so hard for. But, you know, it's the way that the game goes, and, well, that's the way it is. Alright, guys. I will look forward to hearing from you again, and at this point, I am signing off.